So we should be recording. And introduce our speaker today, who is Mr. Alejandro Jimenez from Miami, who is an entrepreneur and has a degree in economics. And he is co-founder of Everest Master, which produces virtual events in a three-dimensional space for online networking and events. So if you want to check them out, you can check out their website. And of course, Alejandro is here to tell us all about it. So Alejandro, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing, and the screen is yours, my friend. Thanks
Sure,
for seeing
thank
us.
you, thank you. Yeah, good morning. Let me share my screen. Do you see my screen? Yeah,
Yes,
all right.
perfect.
Okay, so my name is Alejandro Jimenez. I am the founder of Everest Master. What we do in Everest Master is to develop engaging virtual experiences. Everything started back in 2019 when I was studying online. I was using a learning management system called Canvas, and I was not happy with the way I was receiving online education, mainly because the system was a little bit complicated, but most importantly, because I was not making any connections. I was not able to make friends, know who was my classmates. I didn't meet the teachers. So the human side of it was totally missing. And there is also a lack of academic environment. When you go in person, you see your school or your university, okay, you know how it looks, the representation of it. But online, you don't have that. You only have a website. So the following solution came to my mind: developing a amazing virtual world where users can learn, meet, and belong to a community. With avatars, places, virtual events, we can build a world where everybody can connect for different purposes. Our solution have multiple use cases. At first, everything started with education because that was the issue at hand and the inspiration for me to create Everest Master. Because of the long sales cycle of working with universities and the slow adoption to new technologies, we have decided to change our attention and focus on what is online events. That's why we also have multiple use cases for networking, trade shows, presentations, commercial opportunities, and entertainment. When it comes to market validation, we have analyzed a couple of companies. One is ScienceSpace and the second is Virbela. They have many users on a weekly basis, and they have certain important clients such as Department of State, Virgin, Stanford University, and others. We are here looking at a couple of markets since we have many use cases. Our the market we are mostly interested on at this moment is the virtual events market, and its value on $78 billion. And the good thing is that by 2030, it's going to be worth even more, going to grow a lot. And also the virtual education environment, virtual education market worth 59 billion. So in theory, by acquiring 1% of the available market, Earth Master is going to be valued in $1 billion. Here is a demo of what we have built. I think this is the best way to explain what Earth Master is. So you have the freedom to create an avatar and move around this environment for networking, meet people inside the platform. These are noise control bubbles that make the conversation private. You can also have an expo event, customizing the booths with the logos from different companies. And you can sit in these tables to have private conversations just with one single person. And you have this stage and you can present, share your screen, and it's a social experience because you can share your webcam and use your voice chat to speak with everybody inside the platform. So when it comes to the business model, first we are providing it for free for early adopters for small events, let's say up to 20 users. And we can also make arrangements for bigger events. When it comes to price, we are charging a price per hour depending on the event. We haven't defined a price yet because it may vary. And also, we want to charge a one-time fee to customize the environment because the environment is very flexible, can be customized any way you like. When it comes to marketing strategy, we think the strongest advantage is hosting these virtual events that are going to create brand awareness because people are going to come in, know more about us, and experiment the platform by themselves. By establishing strategic partnerships with companies that already are vendors of event organizers or have any connection with the virtual world and the networking events, that can work in our advantage because we can use all the customers to provide the platform. And also direct and digital marketing. Building direct relationships with our customers, I think, is the most important thing. When it comes to competition, we are the number one company when it comes to being events oriented and provide high engagement. Our competitors either are focused on something else or don't provide a high engagement when it comes to these experiences. Our competitive advantage lies in that we are going to be the first virtual world only for online events. It's going to be easy to use, user-driven, optimized for communication. They're going to be engaging experiences, and it is a world of endless possibilities because of the multiple use cases Everest Master can have. Our team is made of five. You already know myself. I also co-founded a company called OU Webs in 2017. My co-founder was my wife, Nachira Cuba, who happens to be the COO of Everest Master. We also have in our team Arsion, our technical manager, Chime, Unity developer, and Goran, our 3D artist. How can you help Everest Master? Our goal is to have 10,000 users registered by the end of 2021. You can help us with introductions to business organizers or host your own event with us. As I said, it's free at this moment, so you can talk to us and we can create this event for you. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I will be happy to answer any question you may have.
Terrific. Thanks, Alejandro. All right, guys, questions?
Yeah, in the meantime, while you think about your questions, I will open the platform so you can also take a look at it.
I have a question. I don't see where to raise my hand. I don't know how to raise my hand and I don't see it.
Under the participants. And I see Ahmad, you have your hand raised, so we'll call on you first.
Yeah, I just had a question on the I guess it's like graphics wise and things. Would people need a special, like, not so much a gaming rig, but if you didn't have like a better computer, would your experience be lacking?
No, not at all, because we have developed the platform to work in desktop computers, in Mac and Windows, and you don't need any special graphic card, just the basic, because we have think of making this platform as accessible as possible to as many people that without involving high technology costs. For example, in the future, we want to incorporate VR into our platform so you can be completely immersed inside the environment. But it's something we haven't done, we haven't worked on yet, because the same reason, we want as many people as possible to be able to access to it.
All right, Jonathan, you're next.
Hey, Alejandro. Yeah, I really appreciate this, and I can see the application for it immediately because my kids are doing online education, and the software they have is so uninspiring, you know, and it's low quality. They're having to enter stuff into things like Canva and so on, and these all kids who know Minecraft and Fortnite. You know, they'd be. I've just thought about how it would be much easier to teach them in a virtual environment, just like the one you're promoting. I just wondered whether you had looked at education as a potential secondary market for the product. And,
I didn't understand your question.
Oh, sorry, my question was, have you looked at education as a potential market for this product, either at school or college level?
Yes, actually, higher education was our first market that we were targeting. I have spoken with many professors, course designers, and staff from the universities. And after those conversations, I have realized that it's going to be a slow process to be part of higher education as a platform. Maybe in Key 12 it could be different. I haven't spoke with someone from Key 12, but that is the initial idea of Everest Master, was to create this platform just for education, to make it a standard for education. But since we need to be profitable and the sales cycle is going to take too long with higher education, we are we are switching our focus to online events at this moment. But later on, we will circle back to higher education because that was the reason Everest Master was created.
Like I was going to pay for it.
Yeah, I can see the application for that. Have you looked at perhaps looking at sponsors or people who would look to sponsor their own events or their own products within the environment? Would that be a potential revenue stream for you?
Yeah, that could be a potential revenue stream for us. Let me show you. We can show banners, we can show advertising as well inside the events. So if someone wants to sponsor an event, that would be great. We are really interested in that. As you can see, like this is an example of a banner. And what we want to do is, if you click on it, you can go to the website, or we can also share videos. So we are growing. We are a new company. We just launched this environment 2 weeks ago, and we are looking for our first clients.
All right, Steve.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Steve, I'm not sure if you heard me, but Steve's next.
Yeah, I didn't hear. Sorry. So a quick question. Does this take a lot of bandwidth? So if I'm at home, I've got to have a good bandwidth to participate, or low latency?
Actually, no, because the part that consumes most of the bandwidth in our platform will be the webcams, correct? Let me show you. I can show my webcam inside the platform.
Oh.
If I turn off, you see, it's right here in the corner.
Uh-huh.
So at this moment, our platform allows up to 17 webcams at the same time, because that is the limitation coming from our vendor. And what it does is that we can adapt the webcam quality. I mean, the video quality it can be low quality, like, I don't know, 480, or it can be HD, depending on the user, on how the internet is running on that particular user. So in the future, that is one of the challenges we will try to address, to increase the number of users that can share their webcam, and also take care of the bandwidth. That at this moment is not a concern.
And then do you have to host this in different servers across the country or across the globe? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, everything is cloud-based, so we don't worry about the hosting. It actually, you can see this. It is like a spread around the globe. So in the United States, of course, it's everywhere. So you connect to the closest server, to the closest cloud to your location.
All right, Nicole, you're next.
Yes. Let's say, if I understood correctly, I want to go to a booth and talk with someone in the booth. Yes, you said there is a booth here. So how I can go and talk with this person face to face in this booth? And you know, let's say I want to talk with this business and this business, and I need to talk with them in the booth.
Yeah.
How we do that? They will going to see me or see just a video? How does it work?
Yeah, well, imagine there is someone here as my avatar. So they will see your avatar, they will see your webcam, and you have to get closer to speak with them, because our platform works different to Zoom, for example. Zoom right here, we cannot talk at the same time. If everybody speaks at the same time, then it will be a mess. In our platform, you have to get close to the person you want to speak with, so that person can listen to you, can hear you. So we work with distance. So that's how it works. You approach the booth, there must be someone from the company here, and you can ask things about the company, or you can introduce the company and speak with the representative at this place.
So I will speak with the person without anyone listening our conversation, even we are on the Zoom, yes, the platform.
Well, it works like in the real world. If someone is close, we listen to your conversation. But for that reason, for private conversation, what we have built is this uh, sphere. This well, you can get inside this, and then your conversation becomes private. Nobody can listen to what you're speaking with the person. It makes the whole conversation private. So we can move this closer to your booth, and it allows those private communication that you want.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. I'm
no
very
problem.
impressed. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, thank you. In the future, it can even work differently. Instead, you can like you can take yourself out of the general video communication and just like make a phone call, let's say phone call, and you call that person and just speak only through video to that person. So there are different ways to adapt this solution to provide a better experience.
Yeah, it's remind me, I used to go to conventions. This remind me a real convention.
Yeah, that's what we try to do to make it as closer as possible to reality, in a sense.
Amazing. Congratulations. I'm very
Thank you.
impressed. Thank you.
All right, Ahmad, you're next.
Yeah, I want to ask about file sharing. Does this have capabilities to send and receive files, images, or documents, or would it be have to chat and exchange an email and do it externally?
Yeah, at this point, we are working on those features, but it's completely possible to have the chat. We can have a general chat, also private chat, and in that chat you can share documents with whoever you want. So it's something that is completely possible in our platform, and we will include it in the future.
And then a follow-up question is all the avatars customizable?
At this point, since we are bootstrapping the business, we were able to come out with 16 pre-made avatars that you can select from. But what we want to do is to allow our users to fully customize the avatar onto certain limits. Like for example, we want to keep certain standards when it comes to appearance and make it more formal or more casual, but nothing crazy, you see, because other providers allow you to put whatever design you want on it. But we want to keep the platform as real as possible as it would be in the real world. Nothing unusual, let's say.
Would you consider like down the line to, and I know this is a crazy question here, but like if you invited some designers where you can buy, like I wanted to buy a nicer suit for my guy, like is that
Yeah.
something that you foresee seeing, or
I
is
see
that getting
that. Yeah,
too
I see that
micro
possible.
transactions?
I see that possible like in a couple of years, to be honest. Not this moment, because that is will be when we introduce more gamification, when you can pay to get something out of the platform. But I think in order to get there, you need a stronger use base. So the users are fan of your platform. They would like to customize those services. So at this moment, no. In the future, maybe. Yeah.
Do you have a question? I think you're on mute. We're not hearing you.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just curious. This is, I can imagine one of my clients that is really into hosting events, and they're kind of like interactive, but this would be perfect for her. Do you, I'm just thinking because of her, the nature of dealing with her, she'd want to see something that, an example event, I guess, where you'd have the host, and this would be an event with an audience. So imagine one presenter or two presenters, and then some audience people asking questions. But is this something where you've got some demos either on video or live ones that you schedule where a potential client could watch it happen?
Yeah, we do have demos on YouTube. I can send you the link later of our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And since we are brand new, we are looking for our first clients, our first events. So far, we have testing events with faculty. We had a faculty testing event yesterday, and we also have a user testing event. So we have just doing the experimentation part, but we are looking to provide this platform for any event on recorder, so we can get a portfolio. Look, we did this event, we looked at that event. Yeah,
Yeah.
we are new, so we're looking for opportunities out there.
And I know the sales cycle issue because I deal with that. We have a live internet musicians service that I still don't have exactly what you're talking about, which is a actual, I don't know what you'd call it, group of people online that I can show people in real time. But yeah, anyway, that's great. If can you put a link in the chat or something to your YouTube channel?
Yes, give me 1 second. Let me go there.
And Alejandro, while we're in between and you're sending that link in chat, I just want to mention one of the things that we recommend on a regular basis to folks who are getting kicked off, especially with technology, is look at the nonprofit sector, because a lot of those organizations find maybe a nonprofit that you believe in and you want to support. And that might be a great way to introduce your product to potential consumers in a way that they can actually experience it through enabling a nonprofit to do something with your program. And so you get the nonprofit love. And actually, I believe that, you know, you can take that value of that service that you've provided to the nonprofit and use that on your tax deductions. Talk to an accountant. I'm not an accountant, but I believe that that is acceptable. So yeah, look into that, because that may be a great way to market your business and do something good for your community too, and some of the organizations that you support and believe in.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Thank you.
I saw Ahmad had his hand up.
I have another question for you. Does the host have any like abilities in terms of, you know, if it was an event, can they pull everybody to a certain area all at once? Like if it you know, like do they have that ability as a host if you're hosting? Like 4:30 is mingling, 5 o'clock is a keynote speaker, but can you force everyone into the keynote seating area?
Oh, that is actually interesting. I don't think people should be pushed that way, but it is something possible. Of course, we can do that. But I honestly don't see that as part of our vision, because you see, we are inspired to give freedom to the user in our platform, and moving them by force to one particular location doesn't sound that good. But you know, an approach to do that would be just agreeing with the person. Like, would you like to be moved to this location once the event start? Yes. No. Okay. Yeah. Then you have selected yes. So once the event begins, we move you. So I think that could be the right approach in relation to our vision as a company. But it's actually a good idea. We'll take note of that.
Or perhaps a pop-up question at that point
Yeah.
in time. Hi, the main event is starting. If you'd like to join, click here.
Exactly. Yeah. Good idea.
All right, and then Steve, I saw you had your hand up for a probably last question.
Yeah, I'm just going to follow up on the suggestion from Tara about nonprofits. One of the, because so I have various connections in nonprofits that depend for funding on annual meetings. And so some of those are huge, thousands, but some of them might be small enough to get going. Anyway, I was just going to mention that as sort of another way to, if you needed to go and identify nonprofits or identify folks that have events, there's these, everybody's stuck, right? So their revenue might come, their annual revenue literally can come through an annual meeting. And even if they don't earn too much revenue, that I'll bet you they would just love something like what you're offering. And so the way to find that stuff is, all I was going to say is look for nonprofits that have annual meetings. That's all, you know, as you go through it. And there's tons of, I think, resources to find nonprofits out there somewhere.
Check with your Community United Way. Jonathan, I see your hands up.
Yeah, just wanted to reiterate about the file sharing. That for me would be a big feature. Even just a business card function would be a real important with something like this, I think. Also, if we have time, I just wanted to ask for a little bit more background about the funding behind the venture at this point. When you say you're bootstrapping, could you just explain a little bit where you're at? You said the platform is only 2 weeks old. Just if you get any more information about that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, at this point, we have bootstrapped the business, just us, the co-founders, me and my wife. We are looking for investments opportunities in exchange of equity in our business. We would like to get enough investment in order to develop the full product that will be a virtual world, not just the scenario, but multiple scenarios connected with each other. You can imagine it as a city. Let's say here you have the hospital to teach about or to learn more about health, or here you have this game arena to watch video games with people that want to join that event. So we want to create a cohesive environment with multiple use cases connected to each other, like a city. And that is why we are looking for investment in order to get there and create a strong community online.
And are you willing to take on partners, or if they have the technical knowledge or expertise that could help lift the program out and move it on
Of course,
as well?
yeah, of course. We are looking for partners. We are looking to give equity as a founder or early employee as well. Is 21 looking to join our company? Yeah, we are looking for many opportunities. We are completely open for that.
All right, any more questions, guys? All right. Well, we are coming to the top of the hour. So we don't have any additional questions.
Oh, it looks like Jonathan has the hand up.
Okay, go ahead, Jonathan.
I just wonder if we could get Alejandro's contact details posted. That would be great.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So
I'm gonna
you can
stop
contact me.
share and I'll share that information again, or put it in the chat. Either way, both.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm also going to give you my LinkedIn case. Okay, LinkedIn. Okay, yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, Alejandro. Thanks, John.
Thank you so much. Thank
All
you
right,
for the presentation.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate all the feedback as well. I have to say that. Thank you very much.
Thanks for taking time to come talk to us. And if you have additional comments or questions you'd like to share with us, or if you would like us to connect you with Jonathan or with Alejandro, sorry, Jonathan, we'd be happy to do that. You can send us an email at santabarbara@1millioncups.com. We do not have a speaker lined up for next week, so we may be watching a videotape unless I connect with somebody and get too close to the meeting before we line somebody up, because I feel like they don't really get the acknowledgement that, or the build up that many other speakers do. I don't like to like cram somebody in like the day before or anything. So if we have somebody maybe the next day or two, then we'll go ahead and line them up. But otherwise, we're probably looking at watching a video next week. And we watched good ones. Last week, we had a great one. Shift Auto was very interesting business model. So please share the love. We love to have consistent speakers and fill every single calendar week up with a live speaker such as Alejandro today. So make sure you tell folks to come check us out and invite them to tell us about their business and their challenges and their successes. And my quote of the week this week is, "A river cuts through rock, not because of its power, but because of its persistence." So I appreciate you guys so much for joining us every single week. And I hope to see you again here next week. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Take care.
Great, Alejandro.